Okay, it seems that every time I watch a Delphi video, half of them are conspiracy theories, which is kind of understandable seeing that we know nothing about the case except for what we've been told. So a lot of blanks have to be filled in by us, which is frustrating. But there is a difference between a outright conspiracy and then just negligence or not fulfilling your duties. Everybody trying to connect dirty cops, dirty governors, dirty mayors, dirty prosecutors, the DA and all this to the murder of Libby and Abby. I understand why it's happening. It happens with every case. But I do not think that this is the reason that these two girls were murdered. And I guess that's why I'm here to tell you what I'm about to tell you. I've commented on this same subject at least 50 times. Every time I see somebody's video that is talking about, why are they hiding this? Why are they hiding that? Why are they blah, 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 blah. And everybody has these opinions about, well, they're trying to cover up for the meth because they're making lots of money and blah, 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 blah. Look, I'm going to tell you how this went. Libby and Abby are missing. At the trail. Okay? At the trail, they're missing. The father gets there, starts to look. He can't find them. I guess cops are called. They come out. They start searching the trail. They can't find them nowhere. It starts to get dark. It starts to get cold. So what do? No, they didn't go get warmer clothes on. No, they didn't go get floodlights. They didn't make it a big group effort. No. They called it off. They called off the search on the trail, in the woods, on the girls, because it got dark. Mistake one. As soon as those sheriffs leave those woods, leave that trail, under the understanding that there are still people searching in those woods, which means any DNA found, any thumbprints found, any fingerprints found, anything found at all, now has its own defense. A good defense lawyer can have any of this evidence thrown out because of negligence. Now that I'm talking about it, even a stupid defense lawyer can do it because he's been told this is why. This is why it's so easy to have it thrown out, to have the evidence inadmissible, is because it was not taken care of. The scene was not roped. Okay? Oh, and I understand when the cops and the sheriffs and everybody in that town that were supposed to be looking, they were shocked. These things do not happen in small towns. Okay? And I also said that I would agree to that. I will own that. Okay? Yes, they are right. Stuff like that does not happen in small towns like it does in big cities, okay? It does happen, but it doesn't happen to the point where that's where you first go. But saying that, if I can admit that, yes, the cops were shocked, and the cops were, the sheriffs couldn't fathom, okay? If I let y'all off with that, then you, the police officers, sheriffs, all y'all should own the fact that you left, okay? And I heard some stuff about, the girls could have left, the girls could have been with a friend, all this. Okay, so then why come back the next day and the first place you check is the trail? You come back to the trail. The night before, if you don't think the girls are there, then why the next morning are you searching the trail? I thought y'all couldn't find them. And now you wonder why there are conspiracies out there. Like a person that works at McDonald's, somebody orders a double cheeseburger with no pickle, and then you get your hamburger and it's got pickles on it. That guy did not do his job. Okay? Now, granted, the hamburger's not as important, but it's the same concept. If you do not do your job correctly, voila. Okay? I have typed the same shit until I have just given myself carpal tunnel because of this. They are not going to give any more evidence that they've got to us, I believe, because he'll be identified right then and there. And then you have a problem. Okay? Because now your problem is, does the DNA even match? Okay, let's say it does. Let's say the DNA matches, right? Okay, well, the DNA matches. We got the guy from the video or from the sketch. We got him. DNA matches, right? It matches. So we got him, right? No, you don't. No, he lawyers up. So what I would do, I would lawyer up. The reason why I would lawyer up is because I would be busily telling my lawyer that you do understand that the cops stopped searching the night before when I was in there searching for the girls myself. That's why my DNA's there. That's why my prints are there. Because I was searching. And then you say, well, how did let's say that one of the girls had DNA under their fingernails, and that's where they got their DNA from, right? Again, you have cross-contamination. Alright? All that you can prove is that his DNA was there. He could say, no, he really couldn't say that, could he? Okay. If there is DNA under her fingernails, you might be able to use it because the only way it could have got there is during the struggle. It's not like he could have found the girls and just maybe a couple of his hairs fell on her, or maybe he touched the body to see if she was alive or not. Why he wouldn't, tell everybody else that he had found her. Now that would be a question that you would ask. That would be kind of suspect. But yeah, that's if we don't know. They have not come out and just told us that she had anything. That she has it under her fingernails. We heard that she fought. We heard that she gave up one hell of a fight, and that makes me very happy to know that. That this son of a bitch, got maybe that, because now that I think about it, that may be the only thing that can save this case, because anything else found out there cannot be used. It would have to be either molestation, rape, as in they have DNA, okay, sperm, they would have that, right? Okay, that would be something that could be used, all right? And then the fingernails, that may be able to be used. I don't see any other way of how, that DNA would get there just by being out there, okay? But all other DNAs can't be used. Even prints can't be used. Even if there's prints on her body, that can't be used. They could be like, why the hell, did you touch her? And then you didn't tell nobody, there could be some questions asked. But anything else. And then I had one of my subscribers talk about that BG may not even be the killer. BG could have been just a strange man on the bridge, because of the fact that the video doesn't look nothing like the sketch. And people forget that the sketch, the younger looking sketch, was the original sketch. It was sketched before the video come out. Okay? So that's another one of the problems we have. Either the guy on the bridge looks a lot younger than what he looked far away, with all that shit on his face, with all that shit around him, or we got a younger guy there and they happen to get video of a guy walking across the bridge. And the reason I say this is to prove the point that these guys are letting nothing out. And it's always the same excuse. We don't want to ruin the integrity of the case. Don't you understand that if you don't catch this guy, there will be no case? Okay? There will be no case. And I'm going to end this with something that I remember one of the mothers talking about, and I can't remember which one. Maybe y'all can tell me. That one of the girls was afraid of the dark. Now, me as a sheriff, me as a man, as a cop, as a policeman, I hear that. I put that at the forefront. I put that right here. Because if this girl is scared of the dark, something's keeping her in the dark. Okay? Something is keeping her from getting into the light. Something is keeping her from getting home. Small towns, big cities, it doesn't matter. If you are afraid of the dark, then you get out of it. And if you can't get out of it, something is keeping you there. I will not just blast and just downplay and act shitty toward the policeman, because I do understand the fact that, that might not have been the first place that you went, was the fact that somebody took these girls and killed them. But I have learned in my life never to underestimate anything. Because once you do, you'll just start being shocked by everything that happens. You try to see the best in everyone, but expect the worst on any given day. It's been more than 4 years since someone needlessly murdered 2 girls on a day where they should have been in school. If they would have had school that day, they'd be alive. Let's think about that. This case is going to have a lot more things said about it, and I won't be able to cover it all. But there was one podcast talking about what everyone was saying about the meth conspiracy. And yes, meth is a big deal in this town, When my cousin had his car wreck, they had found meth in his vehicle. None in his system, but they had found some in his vehicle, which means he was selling. I hadn't seen him really in like 2 years because of my chemo. So I didn't know that about him until after he died. So some things don't come out until after death. But Tobe is supposed to not run the next time it comes around for sheriff. So maybe we'll get some new blood in there that will take this thing and run with it. And all we can do is pray and keep Libby and Abby's name on the lips of YouTubers and in the ears of subscribers. It's starting to rain. And hopefully one day we'll get this guy. But like I said, I think the only reason why we don't know more about this guy is because he can be identified, and then they're going to have to explain why most of their evidence can't be used. And then it's going to come out again about the whole leaving the scene. So once again, next time somebody comes up missing in an area where it's woods and its kids has been dropped off and supposed to be picked up, let's stay there until they're found. Don't leave. And if you feel like some of you should leave, keep a few there with some notebooks and like some a few cameras where they can take pictures of everybody going in and out, document that shit, write it down. Do your job. Just do your job. I'll do my job during the week. I'll go to work and I'll drive a forklift and I'll come home and I'll be figuring out what I want to do on my YouTube. I'll do my job. And then when people come up missing and when people die, y'all do your job. Okay? And then this world keeps on spinning. Alright? So, it's Sunday. I've already taken sacrament. I am fixing to. I was supposed to put a chain on. I was supposed to fix the chain on one of the boys' bikes, but it's rain. Looks like that'll be canceled on due to rain, so probably do it later. Back to work tomorrow. We had to work every day, but today, so. But made that big money, so I can't complain there. But if I hear anything else, oh, there is one more thing I want to do, but I got to do a little bit more research on it. There are some newspaper clippings between 1915 and 1938. And these are American newspapers. And it is Russians asking for financial aid to help the 6 million Jews that are suffering in Russia. Now, if that isn't asking, if that's not making you ask questions because you don't understand what 6 million Jews in Russia have to do with Hitler. Hitler did not come into power until 33 or 35, 1933 or 1935. The suffering of the 6 million Jews started in 1915 in Russia. That's almost 20 years, about 18 years before Hitler. Now, I'm not sitting over here defending Hitler, because we all know what he did. If nothing, he killed about 2.5 to 3 million Jews. If he didn't kill 6 million, he killed at least 2.5 to 3. But seeing that he killed about 25 million people altogether, still think he pretty much goes as the piece of shit list. I would say that Stalin killed 80 million of his own people, so there's that. But that's a video for another time, and as soon as I get that one done, if you ever want to see some of the newspaper clippings about that, just type it in. I tried to type some of them in. They've been demonetized. They've been taken down off of YouTube. So, but I did happen to write the newspaper articles down on paper. That's one thing that paper is good for. You can't take my paper from me, so you can't just do it all willy-nilly. So, but yeah, I've made this video 22 minutes, about 15 minutes too long. So, saying that, I'm gonna let you go. Expect a few more videos. I haven't done one. It's been about a month, but I've been working, so I hope y'all understand that. And if there's anything that y'all want me to talk about, if there's anything that y'all want me to do, comment, email me. You have my email, poolroy@72gmail.com, all lowercase. Pool, Poole, ROY. I know you may be saying, we know how to spell Roy. Well, my wife still has a hard time pronouncing it, so she says Rory. So there you go. But it is Sunday, and I will leave this with God bless you. I hope He blesses you always, and I hope y'all are just as happy about being alive today as I am. Goodbye.